there against your old team?
Pretty good. Obviously the hay's not in the barn yet. We'll be ready to go Saturday. When the final meetings are done Saturday, we'll be ready to go then. He'll be in the barn, and we'll be ready to take the field and go.
You don't come across as like a nervous guy, but do you get any butterflies, or what do you think about playing that? Not only because they're your former team, but also they're the number one team in the country.
Oh yeah. Obviously, it's a good team coming up here to Lexington, but at the end of the day, it's the same rules in all football games, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a great game, a good team, and we're looking forward to the matchup.
How much more comfortable does it make you going into this game knowing you've faced this defense a lot in practice over the last couple of years?
Sure. There's obviously a comfort level to seeing different defenses and stuff. Like obviously accustomed to Kentucky's defense at this point, things of that sort. But I feel like if you do a good job in your film study per week, you should feel pretty comfortable going against any defense. So that's not something that's really gone too crazy in my head, stuff like that. But obviously there's some familiarity there. But at the end of the day, they'll be mixing up stuff, disguising stuff. So it'll be a fun game.
Brock, last week you guys it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. You struggled as a leader, but also as new to this offense and new to this room. How do you feel like everybody's responded in practice and turning around and those kind of things this week?
Yeah. Basically, the main thing is we talked about, especially with the offense and stuff, is just the 24-hour rule. Like win or lose, you give it 24 hours, and then you get off of it. The best thing that we could do was come out on Monday, have a good sharp practice, do the same thing Tuesday, and obviously today. And the more we practice, the more we execute stuff, the more we correct stuff, the more we get. Obviously we're pretty far into our game plan against Georgia now, but the more we do stuff like that, the more we get that taste out of our mouth. But really won't come to fruition until we're doing that stuff on Saturdays, and that's what we're trying to make sure we're ready for.
Not the number one team in the country is a daunting task as it is, but coming off a game like last week, is there anything kind of in the competitor in you that would prefer to jump right back into it against somebody really good?
Oh yeah. I think just kind of me, just being how I am and how I feel this offense's identity is just we're welcoming the challenge. Obviously wish the outcome went a little different last Saturday, but at the end of the day, we're going to have our 12 games, 12 guarantees to go out there and play on Saturdays, and just whoever that is, we're going to be ready. Make sure we do our due diligence, getting ready during that week, and hopefully go out there and execute.
Brock, will you have any sort of communication with any of your old teammates, roommates, whatever, before the game, or is that after the game?
Like on the field or something?
Or like just text messages this week, that sort of thing?
Me and Carson, Cash and Chaz, we talk pretty frequently. Cash and Chaz were two of my best friends, came in, same grade, stuff like that. Them and Bowers were all still in the same group chat, but still talk to Carson a lot. And those are just dudes that you value, friendships, good dudes off the field, good dudes on the field and stuff like that. So it's just outside the lines, carrying on those friendships probably for the rest of my life.
I was going to say, Chaz said on Monday that you're like one of the most competitive people he's ever been around, whether it's, like a board game or whatever it was. Yeah. Talk about that part of you and kind of how that comes out and how they know that.
Yes, sir. There's kind of the thing we talked about. It was like the B's versus C's. It was how we did everything. So it was me and Brock versus Cash and Chaz, and literally everything we did. And the final tally record, I think the B's had got the best of the C's, but it was cornhole, pool, ping pong, pickleball. We had fishing tournaments, just everything. And me and Bowers were out there to win.
Brock, Stoops and Bush have talked a lot this week about getting the offense into a rhythm. From your perspective, what would that look like? What would that feel like? And what would that do for your confidence to get into a rhythm early on, especially?
I think the main thing is just being able to move the ball, just being able to stay out of third and long, especially against Georgia. Some of their third and long packages are pretty exotic, so the more that you can stay out of that, the better off you'll be, and being able to just move the chains, keep the defense off the field, stuff like that. So it's kind of just an overall effort on offense, making sure that we're able to just stay ahead of the chain, stay on task, stay on schedule, and that just comes with just getting lined up, getting our shifts and motions right, as I've talked about, I think, last Saturday. But just everybody just dominating their box is something that Coach Wolf's always said. Like, some people's box is bigger than the others, but you just got to dominate your box and do your job.
Brock,
Hey, John, last
one.
Go ahead, Michael.
Have a lot of time, obviously, back there to drop back and do what you want in the pocket. But in a game like Saturday, when you don't, could you see yourself getting more comfortable with maybe some quicker bubble screens, quick throws, getting the ball out quick? Is that an involvement, maybe without giving away the secret sauce? Is that something that we could see more of, given that you didn't get a lot of time there?
Oh yes, sir. I mean, we're obviously going to be watching that film, seeing what we can do better. That's definitely part of our game plan. Just making sure we're getting people the ball on the perimeter. We're going to push the ball down the field. Just the same stuff the offense is built to do. Some of those calls we didn't get to in that game, stuff like that. But it's all been installed. It's just about running that stuff and just about executing the plays that are called. It's not really nobody's fault that they weren't getting executed. Just people were just taking their turns overall.
Right.
Yeah,
Coach
last
Stoops has
one.
said a couple times that they can't put that. What happens Saturday to you because 75% inflation, you have a chance. But when you evaluate your performance in that game, what have you zeroed in on that? Like, I have to get better at this.
There's definitely a bunch of things that I can do. Even just from my meshes on play action pass, stuff like that. Got to make your play action passes look like run. That's going to help the dudes up front. That's going to help the guys in the perimeter. Eye violations in the secondary, stuff like that. Footwork in the run game, footwork in the pass game. Being able to move around, just take what I need in the pocket. Don't overreact too much. A little bit of stuff like that. But it's going to be a weekly thing. Sit down on Sundays and say, hey, this way you did good, this way you did bad. Highlight the things you did bad and get better at those.
All right, folks, thank you.